Okay, 10 questions and answers in English about waking up at 5 a.m. What is the 5 a.m. routine? It is the habit of waking up at 5 a.m. to start the day early with focus and energy. Uh, why do some people wake up at 5 a.m.? And because they want more time for exercise, reading, training, or personal growth. Is it easy to wake up at 5 a.m.? No, at first it is difficult, but with consistency it becomes a habit. What are the benefits of waking up early? Better productivity, more discipline, and extra time for healthy habits. How can waking up at 5 a.m. improve mental health? It reduces stress, give clarity, and creates a calm to start to the day. 6. What is a challenge of waking up at 5 a.m.? Going to bed early and avoiding distraction like social media at night. Can waking up early improve academic or work performance? Yes, because you have more focus and less interruptions in the morning. What habits are good to practice after waking up at 5 a.m.? Meditation, exercise, journaling, and planning the day. 9. Do all successful people wake up at 5 a.m.? Not all, but many readers and professionals believe it gives them an advantage. Uh, 10. Is waking up at 5 a.m. Good for everyone? Not necessarily. It depends on lifestyle, health, and personal needs. Mm. Hammond Wright by Charles Bukowski. Chapter 6. I didn't have any friends at school. I didn't want any. I feel better being alone. I sat on a bench and watched the others play, and they looked foolish to me. Mm, During lunch one day, I was approached by a new boy. He wore knickers, was cross-eyed, and pigeon-toed. I didn't like him. He didn't look good. He sat on the bench next to me. Hello, my name's David. I didn't answer. He opened his lunch bag. I've got peanut butter sandwich. He said, what do you have? Peanut butter sandwich. I I've got a banana too, and some potato chips. Want some potato chips? I took some. He had plenty. They were crisp and salty. The sun shone right through them. They were good. I can have some more. All right, I took some more. He even had jelly on his peanut butter sandwich. He dripped out and ran over his fine fingers. David didn't seem to notice. Where do you live? He asked. Virginia Rat. I live on Pickford. We can walk home together after school. Take some more potato chips. Who's your teacher? Mr. Columbine. I have Mr. Reed. I'll see you after class. We'll walk home together. Uh, why did he wear those sneakers? Sneakers? What did he want? I really didn't like him. I took some more of his potato chips. That afternoon after school, he found me a vegan walking along beside me. You never told me your name, he said. Henry, I answered. As we walked along, I noticed a whole gang of boys, first graders, following us. At first, they were half a block behind us. Then they closed the gap to several yards behind us. Uh, what do what do what do they want? I asked David. He didn't answer. Just keep walking. Hey, knickers shitter. One of them yelled. Your mother made you shit in your knickers? Pigeon 2, hoo, Pigeon 2, cross-eyed, get ready to die. Then they circled us. Who's your friend? Does he kiss your red end? One of them had David by the collar. He threw him onto a lawn. David stopped up. A boy got down behind him on his hands and knees. The other boy shoved him and David fell over backwards. Another boy rolled him over and rubbed his face in the grass. Then they stepped back. David got up again. He didn't make a sound, but the tears were rolling down his face. The large boy walked up to him. We don't want you in our school, Sissy. Get out of our school. He punched David in the stomach. David bent over and as he did, the boy brought his knee up into David's face. David fell. He had a bloody nose. Mm. Then the boy circled me. Your turn now. They kept circling, and as they did, I kept turning. There were always some of them behind me. Here I was loaded with shit that and I had to fight. I was terrified and calm at the same time. I didn't understand their motive. And they kept circling, and I kept turning. It went on and on. They screamed things at me, but I didn't hear what they said. Finally, they backed off and went away to strip. David was waiting for me. He walked down the sidewalk toward his place of Pickford Street. Then we were in front of his house. I be good to go in now. Goodbye. Goodbye, David. He went in and then I hear his mother voice. David, look at your knickers and shirt. They're torn and full of grass stains. You do this almost every day. Tell me, why do you do it? David didn't answer. I asked you a question. Why do you do this to your clothes? I can't help it, Mom. You can't help it? You stupid boy. I heard he beating him. David began to cry and she beat him harder. I stood on the front lawn and listened. After a while, the beating stopped. I could hear David sobbing. Then he stopped. His mother said, now, I want you to practice your violin lesson. I sat down on the lawn and waited. Then I heard the violin. It was a very sad violin. I didn't like the way David played it. I sat and listened for some time, but the music didn't get any better. The shit had hardened inside of me. I no longer feel like shitting. The afternoon light hurt my eyes. I feel like vomiting. I got up and walked home. Uh, Chapter 7. There were continual fights. The teacher didn't seem to know anything about him, and there was always trouble when it rained. Any boy who rode an umbrella to school or wore a raincoat was singled out. Most of our parents were too poor to buy such things, and when they did, we hid them in the bushes. Anybody seen carrying an umbrella or wearing a raincoat was considered a sissy. They were waiting after school. David's mother had him carry an umbrella whenever it was the less bit cloudy. There were two recess periods. The first graders gathered at their own baseball diamond and the things were chosen David and I stood together. It was always the same. It was chosen next to last and David was chosen last, so we always played on different things. David was worse than I was with the crossed eyes. He couldn't even see the ball. I needed lots of practice. I had never played with the kids in the neighborhood. I know how to catch a ball or how to hit one. But I wanted to. I liked it. David was afraid of the ball. I wasn't. I swung hard. I swung harder than anybody, but I could never hit the ball. I always struck out once. I fouled a ball off that left got good. Another time I drew a walk. When I got to first, the first baseman said, "That's the only way you'll ever get here." I stood and looked at him. He was chewing gum, and he had long black hairs coming out of his nostrils. His hair was thick with Vaseline. He wore a purple snare. "What are you looking at?" he asked me. I didn't know what to say. I wasn't used to conversation. "The guy said you're crazy," he told me. "But you don't scare me. I'll be waiting for you after school someday."